top stories this evening, sponsored by Courts, bringing value home. Guyana's Attorney General hired lawyers to prosecute the Mohammeds. U.S. Embassy says the Department of Justice had no input. APNU MPs to discuss the relevance and credibility of COURSERA online platform. President promises safer, cleaner Tiger Bay under new model community plan. A mother to many, Joshua House recognizes longest-serving caregiver Gladys Acra. She retires after 31 years of service. And in sport, second place finish for Guyana at FIBA Women's Caribbean Championship. HGP Nightly News begins now. Good evening to our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm Travis Chase with the Monday, November 17 edition of the HGP Nightly News. Here's what you need to know this evening. Guyana's Attorney General has been caught in the slip now that the United States Embassy and the Department of Justice has clarified that they had nothing to do with hiring attorneys to prosecute the Mohammeds in the ongoing extradition case. Here is more. Amid growing public debate and recent statements suggesting that United States authorities may have played a role in approving or selecting the legal team representing Guyana in the extradition hearings of Azzuddin Mohammed and his father Nazar Mohammed, the United States Embassy has debunked such claims. A United States Embassy spokesperson has confirmed that the selection of attorneys handling the high-profile Mohammed extradition proceedings was done solely by Guyana's Attorney General and without any involvement from the U.S. Department of Justice or the Embassy. However, the U.S. Embassy official confirmed that following checks with the Department of Justice, it was confirmed that, quote, Guyana's Attorney General handled the selection of the attorneys litigating the extradition request without input from the U.S. prosecution team or the Embassy for that matter, unquote. This clarification directly counters the government's narrative circulating in the public domain, implying U.S. approval or involvement in the engagement of the attorneys currently appearing on behalf of the state. A document showing the payment of U.S. $62,558 to a Jamaican attorney who has entered an appearance before the Georgetown Magistrates Court to lead the extradition proceedings is already in the public's domain. The development also comes as the extradition case involving the We Invest in Nationhood Party leader Azzuddin Mohammed and businessman Nazar Mohammed continues to attract international attention. Both men are wanted by the United States on federal indictments, including charges linked to alleged financial crimes and gold-related schemes. Mohammed was arrested on the U.S. extradition request in October. The matter is now before the Georgetown Magistrates Court, where the state is represented by a team of attorneys retained through the Attorney General's chambers. With today's clarification, U.S. authorities are seeking to distance themselves from suggestions that Washington played any role in selecting Guyana's legal representatives, stressing instead, quote, that all such decisions remain strictly within the purview of the Guyanese government, unquote. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News. The government's agreement with COURSERA to provide upskilling courses for public servants would be used to determine promotions. Member of Parliament Ganesh Mahipal and Dr. Terence Campbell says this should not be the case. Antonio Day has more.
The Partnership for National Unity, APNU, recently voiced a number of broad concerns regarding the Guyana government's partnership with COURSERA to offer public employees upskilling courses that would be used to determine their promotions. The 12 APNU members of Parliament will decide whether to address the matter through a motion, a series of questions, or direct interactions with a government ministry, and make his position clear, according to Member of Parliament Ganesh Mahipal.
We're yet to fashion that in terms of how, but what we have released is our position on the matter at this point in time. Nothing takes away from us actually engaging directly as we had done previously in the single window bill, as you would remember.
The party in a statement claimed that the government had not disclosed the cost, procurement method, expected number of beneficiaries, criteria for participation, evaluation framework, or the data protection arrangements for public servants whose personal information will be processed on a foreign platform. APNU's parliamentary leader, Dr. Terence Campbell, said his party's concerns were hinged to value for money to develop Ghana's human capacity.
We're paying for people to get certifications through Coursera. But how valuable are these certifications? How much are they really adding to what we want in terms of developing our human capacity here in Guyana?
Dr. Campbell also raised concerns regarding the credibility and reputability of presumptive institutions on the Ghana Online Academy for Learning, known as GOAL. The Shadow Minister of Finance and Health stated unequivocally that while he is in no way opposed to academic learning provided via online platforms, the programs should be delivered by academic colleges and must be reasonably priced.
Then it was revealed that ISDC was not actually affiliated with Staffordshire University. And it relates to, it's all in keeping with what happened to that money that we would have paid ISDC and what attempts have been made to recover it.
He pointed out that citizens should be able to apply for jobs in Guyana or abroad without having their academic credentials questioned. Campbell added that these credentials must also be relevant to the demands in the job market.
For our non-oil economy and even for our oil economy, we want to make sure that citizens have the right skills. Too often we have to look externally for the skills that we need to help in developing the country. And our general question about Coursera is whether it is fit for purpose at this point in time.
Meanwhile, in a letter to the press, Coretta MacDonald, the Shadow Minister of Education and Labor, stated that the courses offered by Coursera are unregulated, unaccredited, generic, cursory, and externally oriented. Quoting, they may be helpful for hobbyists or international learners looking for surface-level exposure, but they are completely insufficient for developing the academic, ethical, cultural, administrative, and ministry-specific identity, capacity, and capability required for Guyanese public servants, she remarked. Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Police in Regional Division 4B are investigating a deadly collision at Silver Hill along the Linden Highway that claimed the lives of 2 persons Sunday evening. 2 people have been killed and several others injured following a vehicular accident along the Linden Highway on Sunday evening. The accident, which occurred around 18:30 hours, resulted in the deaths of Deron Bob, a female whose age and address are not yet known, and 51-year-old Wayne Clark of Grove Village, East Bank, Demerara. According to preliminary reports, motorcar PHH 1632, driven by the 28-year-old Grove resident, was heading south when the driver reportedly lost control and veered into the opposite lane, crashing into motorcar PAJ 1280, driven by the 22-year-old woman from Moblisa. 2 children, ages 6 and 2, were also in that vehicle. The first car, according to police, overturned on impact, with its occupants ending up onto the roadway. Clark and Bob were pronounced dead at the scene by EMTs. The driver remains in critical condition at the Linden Hospital complex. The female driver and the 2 juveniles in the second car were also injured and taken to the same facility for treatment. Just recently, Traffic Chief Assistant Commissioner of Police Mahindra Singh revealed that there has been a 12% reduction in all categories of accidents when compared to 2024.
Speeding alone has accounted for at least 85 of our fatal accidents for 2025. 18 of those fatal accidents were where a single vehicle collided with what? Bridges, medians, and or as a result of breaches of traffic light signals. The vulnerable classes, motorcyclists are topping the list. Why? For careless use, for dangerous driving, for paying no heed to safety, not even a safety helmet in your possession, much less wearing one. That is followed by pedestrians. 49 motorcyclists for this year would have died on the roadways. 25 pedestrians, 15 drivers, 7 occupants of a motor vehicle, 8 pedal cyclists, and 10 pillion riders.
The bodies of the deceased in the Linden Highway accident have been taken to the Memorial Gardens Funeral Home for autopsies. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News. Stay with us. You're watching the HGP Nightly News.
In Spin the wheels at Courts. Enter for a chance to win one of 3 Proton X50 SUVs, plus 1 year free comprehensive insurance and servicing when you shop $19,999 and over at Courts. With Courts Ready Finance, you can shop now and pay later. Don't miss out on your chance to win. Only at Courts. Bringing value home. Promotion ends December 31st, 2025. Conditions apply.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc. powering your life with elegance, quality, and care.
COURSERA'S establishment. No job is too small or too large. We specialize in all types of fabricating, machinery, excavator repairs, rice field pumps, and hydraulic hoses. Visit us at Lot 113, Block CC Monrepo, East Coast, Demerara, or call 220-9624, 616-9416, or 619-7880. At COURSERA'S establishment, no job is too small or too large.
Here to the HGP Nightly News. Issues that were being addressed in the 12th Parliament will continue to be scrutinized by the Public Accounts Committee in the 13th Parliament. This is according to Member of Parliament Ganesh Mahipal. Antonio Day has more.
The life of a parliament, when that life comes to an end and you start a new parliament, it does not disrupt the work of standing committees. So exactly where we stopped in the 12th Parliament.
That was Ganesh Mahipal, Member of Parliament for the Partnership for National Unity, speaking to the status of the Public Accounts Committee during a recent press conference hosted by the People's National Congress Reform PNCR at Congress Place, Sophia. Mahipal added that unresolved matters and incomplete scrutiny of the public agencies at the Public Accounts Committee during the 12th sitting of the National Assembly will continue at the 13th sitting. With the We Invest in Nationhood win being the main opposition, with its 16 seats followed by APNU, 12 and 4 Guyana FGM 1, the composition of the PAC is imminently different.
The practice has been for it to have 9 members, of which 5 comes from the government and 4 from the opposition, in keeping with the standing order, because over the parliaments before, the accepted number was 9 in total. I see no reason to remove from that, and I believe that it will still be 5 from government and 4 from the opposition.
The APNU parliamentarians stated that proposals regarding the opposition's candidates or individuals often proceed to the National Assembly's full chamber, where they're discussed and approved before becoming a resolution. The Minister of Finance must draft a Treasury memorandum and present it to the National Assembly within 3 months, or 90 days of the decision being made at the National Assembly level, he informed.
It is expected of the Ministry of Finance to ensure, through the Finance Secretary, that the recommendations are implemented.
Paul, who is also APNU's Shadow Minister of Local Government and Regional Development, lamented that there are still outstanding works to be completed at the level of the PAC. In this context, the MP emphasized persistent systemic shortcomings in ministries and regions, pointing out that just 40, reflecting 27% of the 179 recommendations in the Auditor General's 2023 report, were fully implemented. 96, representing 54%, were partially executed, and 35, representing 19%, were completely disregarded. He described this as a recurrent disregard for accountability and financial discipline, and is hopeful that the recommendations which were partially and completely ignored be done with efficacy so that the works of the PSC will not be counterproductive. Antonio De reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
President Irfan Ali has announced major plans to transform Tiger Bay into Georgetown's first model neighborhood. You'll hear more in this report.
President Irfan Ali and his team on Sunday visited the Tiger Bay community in Georgetown, where he announced that the area will become the city's first official model neighborhood. This move forms part of a wider urban renewal plan focused on safety, beautification, and community development.
We're making it the model neighborhood because we have every type of problem and every type of solution within this neighborhood. And then we have the greatest of social issues in the same community. And that is what we have to fix as a community.
During a walkabout with residents on Sunday morning, President Ali outlined details of the pilot program. He described it as a partnership involving government agencies, law enforcement, and the residents themselves.
So we are going to work with the community in creating community ownership, community security, because you will have to help us and the police to keep these communities safe, clean.
A committee led by Minister of Local Government and Regional Development Priya Manikchan has already begun engaging residents and coordinating the first steps of the project. The announcement follows 5 years of large-scale infrastructure investment by the PPPC government, including major upgrades to public spaces across Georgetown. Recently, a multi-agency team working on Georgetown's drainage development plan began clearing alleyways as part of order improvement works. In a social media post, President Ali said these efforts reflect a national push for sustainable urban development. For Tiger Bay, the transformation will go beyond surface level changes. The president said the goal is to make the area safer, more welcoming, and a key stop along a planned tourism walking route.
We want this community to be a safe community because part of the transformation program is to make this route from the seawall, coming all the way here, going to Avenue of the Republic, going down to South Road, back into the Botanical Garden, the walking cultural, the walking tourism lanes of Guyana.
Residents were also told that no recreational facilities with modern sporting amenities are planned, along with a training center for children and specialized support programs for women and children. Tiana Ko reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
On HGP Nightly News, we tell you now that after more than 3 decades of service, the Joshua Children's Center has bid an emotional farewell to one of its pillars, Gladys Acra. Find out more from Tiana Cole.
For 31 years, Gladys Acra has been the heart of the Joshua Children's Center, a steady presence, a caregiver, and for many, a second mother. She was honored with a warm and emotional retirement ceremony, attended by close friends, co-workers, and well-wishers who all shared one sentiment: her service has shaped countless lives. The ambassador of the Dominican Republic to Guyana, Ernesto Torres, reflected on Ms. Acra's lasting impact and the values she embodied.
You were our first representative here, first representative of the Dominican Republic, and you embody all the values that we consider that constitute a true Dominican, honestly. So once again, thank you so much for what you've done.
The Dominican Republic Chambers of Commerce Guyana Executive Director Lillian Fu said Acra's dedication over her 31 years has inspired many within the organization and beyond.
Thank you for leaving an incredible mark in Guyana of what it truly means to be a Dominican. know that Gladys had not just been a mother to the children of Guyana, but to everyone that come to seek her assistance and her help.
A representative from the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security, who worked closely with Acra as a probation officer, recalled our unwavering willingness to support children in need.
Ms. Acra was always willing to accept the placement of a child.
She added that Acra, who is also recipient of Guyana's Medal of Service, became synonymous with Joshua House.
Ms. Acra has become a household name when it comes to Joshua House and also Joshua House Children's Center. Many children, both girls and boys, were cared and nurtured in this environment with the help of her family and caregivers.
One of the most emotional tributes came from a former resident who thanked Acra for offering her and her sister the stability they desperately needed.
You didn't have to do it, but you did it, and because of that, my life changed for the better. I wanted to thank you for everything you have did for me and my sister Krista, your guidance and encouragement, helping navigate difficult times.
As our chapter at Joshua House closes, the stories shared made one thing clear: Gladys Acra leaves behind a legacy of compassion that will continue to echo through the lives she touched. Tiana Ko reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Stay with us. There is more news ahead.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. CVON's waste management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call CVON's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
Did you know ExxonMobil's Hammerhead project will bring even more direct benefits to Guyanese? Hammerhead is the 7th offshore project in Guyana, and it will add to the nation's growing oil revenue. Oil revenues already account for 37% of Guyana's 2025 budget, and Hammerhead will boost this contribution even further. This means new opportunities, expanded education in the hinterland, and modern technology services to improve healthcare delivery nationwide. Since oil production started offshore, long-term investments have opened doors for Guyanese, shaping the industry and local economy for generations to come.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and we're celebrating with big savings on smartphones, starting as low as $16,500 for the Samsung A06 and $26,500 for the Samsung A16 and $40,500 for the A26. But wait, there's more. Get 1 month free data with your new phone to keep you close to loved ones near and far. Offer available while stocks last. Visit a Digicel store today and unwrap the gift of real connections. Digicel.
In the wheels at Courts. Head for a chance to win one of 3 Proton X50 SUVs, plus 1 year free comprehensive insurance and servicing when you shop $19,999 and over at Courts. With Courts Ready Finance, you can shop now and pay later. Don't miss out on your chance to win. Only at Courts. Bringing value home. Promotion ends December 31st, 2025. Conditions apply.
HGP Nightly News. On day 39 of the election fraud trial, former returning officer Clement Mingo took to the stand for his testimony on Monday.
Day 39 of the election fraud trial continued on Monday before Acting Chief Magistrate Faith McGusty at the Georgetown Magistrates Court, where defendant Clement Mingo entered the witness box to testify during his voir dire. While testifying, Mingo, who served as a returning officer for District 4 during the March 2020 elections, gave detailed evidence about events that unfolded. He spoke about feeling unwell at the time and also about his arrest on August 25, 2020. After his testimony, Mingo was cross-examined by the prosecution. The matter is scheduled to continue on November 18. 9 individuals are currently before the court in relation to the March 2020 general and regional elections. Among the accused are former returning officer Clement Mingo, former Chief Elections Officer Keith Lowenfield, and former Deputy CEO Roxanne Myers. Also charged are former PNCR Chairperson Vola Lawrence, PNCR activist Carol Smith Joseph, and GCOM staff member Sheffrin February, Enrique Lyfan, Mitchell Miller, and Dennis Bob Cummins. The charges stem from investigations into alleged attempts to manipulate the results of the March 2020 elections. In total, the defendants face 19 conspiracy charges linked to alleged electoral fraud. The prosecution has indicated that it intends to call approximately 73 witnesses in the ongoing trial. Tiana Ko reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Business and innovation was the focal point at this year's 30th GAEXPO celebration, as the minister with responsibility for this sector said Guyana will continue to push in an evolving economy. Marvin Cato reports.
Across Guyana, we have seen small businesses grow into strong, competitive enterprises.
That was Minister with responsibility for business, Susan Rodriguez, laying the platform for what is expected to be a drive towards maximizing efforts and rapidly developing small, medium, and macro enterprises.
Businesses that are not just surviving, but thriving in both local and global markets. That is the real story of Guyana's economic growth. Business booming, lives improving.
In our presentation during the opening of this year's GAEXPO, Thursday last, Rodriguez stressed that to reach the next level, innovation and drive would be catalysts as the government pushes towards the establishment of a small and medium enterprise SME development bank. The bank is expected to advance credit for small businesses at favorable rates with few collateral requirements. Recently, the president announced that an expert committee was entrusted with formulating the model of the SME development bank. It was expected that a global study experience outline the legal and institutional framework and identify the financial structures required to operationalize the bank would be undertaken.
We continue to invest heavily in small business development. We are moving decisively ahead with the establishment of SME Development Bank, which will provide loans at 0% interest rate to small and medium-sized enterprises.
This initiative will make access to finance easier and empower more entrepreneurs, especially for new businesses, while encouraging banks to lend more, based on movable assets as collateral. The minister reminded that recently, the president had directed that measures be undertaken towards operationalizing the movable assets registry in support of this effort.
Access to finance has been a long-standing challenge for small businesses, one we have taken bold steps to remedy.
Beyond financing, the ministry is also strengthening business capacity and readiness through community business clinics, connecting entrepreneurs with professional business consultants to help improve operations and to enhance efficiency and build long-term sustainability.
Working closely with financial institutions to expand loan options and strengthen guarantee mechanisms. And this year, we have operationalized Guyana's collateral registry established under the Security Interests in Movable Property Act.
Marvin Cato reporting for HGP Nightly News.
Antonio Day tells us that the former student of the St. Stanislaus College, Dr. Lauren Miller, made a significant monetary contribution towards the school's academic well-being. Dr. Miller has also announced full scholarships for 2 students currently attending the institution.
Dr. Lauren Miller, who first entered St. Stanislaus College in 1976, returned to his alma mater to give back in a generous way. Dr. Miller, who traveled from Canada with his family, made a monetary contribution of $2.2 million Ghana dollars towards the academic well-being of the school, in addition to providing full scholarships to 2 students.
And make a donation of $2.1 million Guyanese dollars to the university that has been personally today. St. Stanislaus College is my high school for giving me the foundation and the ability to be here and make that significant donation. I'm also going to sponsor 2 students for books, uniforms, whatever it is that you need to help you be successful. From first form to 5th form.
Students and head teacher Miss Roxanne LaFleur warmly welcomed the past alumnus, Dr. Miller, and expressed gratitude for his benevolent gesture towards the school. This contribution will support ongoing developmental initiatives at St. Stanislaus College. This, according to the principal, stands as a testament to the enduring bond shared between Saints and its alumni. Meanwhile, Dr. David Singh, chair of the Board of Directors for the St. Stanislaus College, said that the monetary contribution was made at a time when the St. Stanislaus College is preparing to celebrate its 150th anniversary.
That is indeed something. And we're celebrating it under the theme, celebrating 160 years of legacy, community, and excellence. And so I really want to take this opportunity to say to Lauren, say to Mr. Miller, how very much we welcome his contribution to St. Stanislaus College.
St. Stanislaus, once known as Saints, was founded on May 1st, 1866, as the all-boy Catholic grammar school that was operated by the Jesuits. Saints has grown to become one of the many co-educational high schools located in Georgetown. Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Stay tuned for regional news.
Brethren.
Yeah, blood.
I said like you didn't pass it through today.
Nah, boys, them file here, you tell people stop me and it to come to me on help.
Oh, but hey, I hide it from them people now, boy. You want none of them things. Plus, I skipped them people last year. And did you and I feel good? Make no sense I take that. You think this is still gonna take us out? Yeah.
No matter what, you could feel good, but the worm still and you said you could get a big foot and all.
Oh, hey, big foot? Worm? Hey, man, stop playing, you know. Hey, me auntie take them pills and she gets sick.
Plus, me auntie, me sister and them did I take it. That them big foot of them thing is come from crap who blowing on your foot.
Yes.
Or over your body, and don't file your body. Nice, serious body. You see, if you don't take the pill, the worm goes inside you for years. Plus, when the mosquito bite you, you can pass on a crime, give it to your family or even weep. Besides, plus, your auntie must have had the thing and all, the pill help shit. Don't believe in them over be a stubbornness, dog.
So wait, you telling the rascal get this thing you could give family and don't even know?
Yeah, man. Plus, if the thing get bad, your foot and your skin will big. Even your baskets will get gory.
Hey. You are none of that. Hey, boy, best you take this pill and done, boy.
Yeah, but this is why we all got to take the file area pill. Yeah. Protect your family and everybody else. We are talking about file area gonna get knocked out. TKO.
This Christmas runs on real connections with Digicel. The calls, the laughter, the joy, and the chance to pick and win big. We're giving away $12 million. Yes, every week, one lucky Digicel customer gets a chance to win up to $2 million. 6 lucky winners in total. Here's how you get in. Top up with $1,000 or more, or pay your FIBA or postpaid bill in full. The more you top up, the more chances you get. Stay connected this Christmas for your chance to win big. Digicel.
Say hello to your new favorite sip, Fruta Mango Passion. This tropical combo of mango and passion fruit delivers a bold flavor and wholesome goodness. It's fruity, it's vibrant, and it fits right into your day. Grab your Mango Passion can today and live fruitfully. Fruta.
Good evening and welcome to Monday's edition of the Regional News. President Donald Trump said the United States may open talks with Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, who faces escalating pressure from Washington amid a massive U.S. military buildup in the Caribbean. It was one of the first signs of a possible path toward diffusing an increasingly tense situation in the region, as the United States wages a campaign of deadly strikes against suspected drug trafficking boats off the Venezuelan coast and in the eastern Pacific Ocean. Quote unquote, "We may be having some discussions with Maduro, and we'll see how that turns out," Trump said. Trump offered no further details about the possibility of talks with Maduro, whom the U.S. has accused of ties to illegal drug trade, which Maduro denies. Senior Trump administration officials held 3 meetings at the White House last week to discuss options for possible military operations against Venezuela, including land strikes inside the country, officials said, speaking on condition of anonymity. Trinidad and Tobago will now enjoy zero tariffs on critical agricultural exports to the United States, following a decision by U.S. President Donald Trump to modify the scope of reciprocal tariffs under the American tariff regime. On November 14, 2025, Trump signed an executive order reversing an earlier April 2 directive that had imposed a 15% tariff on nitrogen and phosphate fertilizers previously listed under Annex 2 of Executive Order 14257. Under the revised policy, Trinidad and Tobago would benefit from duty-free access for key fertilizer products. In September 2025, Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bisesar was invited by U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio to high-level discussions in Washington, D.C. Thousands of climate protesters marched through the Brazilian city of Belém in a noisy, diverse, and peaceful display to demand more action to protect the fate of the planet and to vent their anger at governments and fossil fuel industries. A short distance away, negotiators reached the halfway point in the Marathon COP30 climate summit, which seek to turn years of promises into action to halt rising global temperatures and deliver support to those most affected by a warmer planet. On the streets, indigenous people, young activists, and civil society groups came together singing, playing musical instruments, and waving banners in midday temperatures near 30 degrees Celsius. Thank you for watching. I am Tiana Cole.
Delvin Neblet is up next with HGP's Sports Pods.
Good evening, Guyana. I'm Delvin Neblet with your HGP TV Sports Pulse for today, Monday, November 17, 2025. We begin tonight with cricket. The Georgetown Cricket Club hosted a grand fundraiser and tape ball tournament at the historic Border Cricket Ground on Sunday. Teams including the Village Rams, the Eccles All-Stars, Team Corruption, Hard Knocks 11, Tropics Essentials, Pure Entertainers, and the Gunners competed in multiple knockout rounds for a top prize of $300,000. Most games featured 6 overs a side, as the semi-final and the final were 4 and 3 overs a side respectively. In the exciting final featuring the Maltinos Knight Riders and the Mahdia Movement's family, Mahdia would emerge as champions after Maltinos objected to continuing the run chase after just 1 over, citing lack of visibility. Individual awards presented by out-of-favor West Indies all-format player Kevin Sinclair went to Antini Pramal for Best Bowler, while Irshad Ali won both the most runs and tournament MVP awards. More in cricket, the West Indies took on New Zealand in the first of 3 ODIs at the Hagley Oval in Christchurch on Saturday. Batting first after being sent in, New Zealand amassed 269 for 7 of their allotment of 50 overs on the back of a brilliant 119 from Daryl Mitchell. Devon Conway added 49 as Matthew Ford picked up 2 wickets and Jaden Seals was the pick of the bowlers, finishing with 3 for 41 from 9 overs. When the Windies responded, they were limited to 262 for 6 of their allotment of 50 overs. Shafane Rutherford top scored with 55 from 61 and Justin Greaves remained unbeaten on 38 from 24 as Kyle Jamieson picked up figures of 3 for 52 in New Zealand's 7-run victory. The Player of the Match award was presented to Daryl Mitchell for his match-winning 119 from just 118 deliveries. Match number 2 is scheduled for McLean Park in Napier from 21 hours on Tuesday. Moving into basketball, over the weekend, Team Guyana picked up important wins against Suriname and Jamaica to secure a second-place finish in the 2025 FIBA Women's Caribbean Championship. On Saturday, the hosts bounced back from defeat against the USVI with a thrashing 106-42 victory over Suriname. Joy Adams put up a massive triple-double, finishing with 19 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists, as Amisha Ramlal had a game-high 25 points and Anaya McDavid put up 24. Ashna Ramlal chipped in with 12 points as Ruth Adams was also outstanding with a 19-point, 13-rebound double-double. On Sunday, things were a lot closer as Guyana overcame Jamaica 83-74 on the back of a game-high 24 points from Ruth Adams and 23 points, 17 rebounds, and 3 steals from the captain Joy Adams. Guyana's record of 3 wins and 1 loss was a close second behind champions USVI, who remained unbeaten after 4 games, while the Bahamas, with a record of 2 wins and 2 losses, finished third. Those 3 teams will now advance to the 2026 Central Basket Women's Championship. Moving into football, action resumed in the Ghana Football Federation's Division 1 Women's League 2025 with 2 fixtures at the National Training Center in Providence on Friday. The first match was a high-scoring 3-3 draw between the Mainstay Gold Stars and Santos FC. Veronica Chata scored once for Mainstay and Ashley Koja netted a brilliant double as the prolific Afina Baptiste scored a dazzling hat-trick for Santos. In match number 2, Riversview United FC secured a narrow 2-1 victory over the Namstel FC as Candace Robertson produced a brilliant double and Lisa Charles scored once in a losing effort. Finally, in football, action continued in the 2025 CONCACAF Series as Guyana faced Bonaire at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in Antigua on Sunday. In a keenly contested fixture, the Golden Jaguars held their nerve to secure a hard-fought 2-1 victory on the back of goals from Stephen Duke McKenna, who scored in the 5th minute, and Ozasi de Rosario, who produced the match-winning strike in the 77th minute. CONCACAF Series action continues tomorrow as Guyana take on Antigua and Barbuda from 19 hours at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. That's it for this edition of the HGP TV Sports Pulse. I'm Delwyn Neblet reminding you to stay in the game.
AG NANDLALL hired lawyers to prosecute the Mohameds. U.S. Embassy says the Department of Justice had no input. APNU MPs to discuss the relevance and credibility of COURSERA online platform. President Ali promises safer, cleaner Tiger Bay under new model community plan. A mother to many, Joshua House recognizes longest-serving caregiver Gladys Acra. She retires after 31 years of service. And in sport, second place finish for Guyana at FIBA Women's Caribbean Championship. Those are our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm Travis Chase. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.